Welcome to the 1930s version of the Targa Florio. This track is finally in Assetto Corsa. It's a skin for Abulzz's incredibly detailed and amazing 1973 version of this circuit. He gave us permission to create a skin and develop it, and so we've worked, as that car just went straight into that hay bale, and we've worked hard with him, well, with his permission, to remove the guardrails, add the dirt surface. We've changed trackside objects. I mean, Grover's been primarily developing this project. Obviously, as it continues to go, we're going to start bringing in more and more of the Historic Sim Studios track team to continue, changing objects, adding new assets, trackside assets, things like that. But even now, we've changed textures on objects. Grover has deleted objects, done all the surface changes, giving the feel, adding, the different surface with the dust effects and the different driving feel and all of that to bring this 1930s version to life and push essentially a circuit, at least as much as possible right now, 41 years back to the 1932, which the year we're focused on. And this is just a really cool project I'm excited to be involved with, and it was in Grover's, as well as I think some of our Patreons wanted something like this, and they started talking about it. I was like, if you guys want to do it, I'm all for it, and I will go off the track here. There's no guardrails to save you. And I said, I will back everything. If we want to develop this, once we get to the point where we need some custom assets, I'll fund it. We'll get Historic Sim Studios team behind this project, and it's just been awesome. It's so cool. This circuit, right, the Targa Florio, is such a legendary circuit. It does to the Nordschleife what the Nordschleife does to Spa, in that Nordschleife makes Spa seem like a regular small little circuit, and this track is so much bigger and impressive, 72 kilometers. It dwarfs the Nordschleife, which is insane to say. And so, we've really, it's going to be a big project, right? Even if we're just developing a skin, it is going to be a massive project, equivalent of a large track. Especially if we get to, one of the next things we want to do in the next update is create a custom starting pit area. That's going to be one thing I think that can really differentiate this circuit. In photographs and people hyping it up, being like, "Oh, is this really that different?" Yeah, if we create, modify the KN5 and create brand new pit area and things like that to match the 1930s era, that's going to be really awesome. I don't know how much we'll do of that for a while, because it's going to be really involved to make further changes, and then you start having to worry about being different from the base version that they're working on. But working on maybe a custom pit building that can be added, and maybe the garage pit lane area to be customized, something like that can be relatively reasonable to adjust each time with the KN5. So that's what we'd like to do with the next update. Obviously other continued refinements and tweaks, but it's gonna be exciting, right? We're gonna be doing them on just the first stage right now with this Bugatti of ours, but it's just really gonna be something that, just for the immersive pre-war racing experience that we're building up over at Historic Sim Studios, this fills in so nicely. And if you're over and you're a supporter of Abulzz in this project, you are going to get access to this, right? You don't have to suddenly start supporting Historic Sim Studios. I'd love it if you do, but you will still get access to this along with everyone else. So just a way to help support this project that they're doing and, create another version. And it's really, it's going to be really cool. I'm excited. And then, of course, if you're a Historic Sim Studios supporter, you will get the skin. You will need to still sign up for the 1973 and support him to get the latest version on his Patreon. So check out the links in the description. I got his Patreon linked and everything. And Abulzz is just a great guy. So definitely him and his team is something that we want to be supporting for those of us who are into sim racing and want to support the community and the efforts of a lot of these artists. What we are, a lot of us are starving artists, and it's something that I think is worth supporting, and also something that now we're going to be involved with as well, of course, with this pre-war version of the circuit. So, push this Bugatti around these corners, sliding it around. You can see the dirt trailing off behind us in our mirrors. AI is a little wonky, I think, on these shorter versions, these stages, which is why they kind of crashed off. I was hoping with just two of them, maybe they would go down the road a little bit, but we're by ourselves right now, so gonna continue to push. I really the lack of the guardrails and things like that, just really the danger level, the openness of these roads really is a different feeling. We're really gonna, I'm really, like I said, I know I keep saying this, but I'm just really excited how this turned out. So, you know, you're never 100% sure when you throw yourself, like, essentially say, hey, yeah, I'll back you, let's do this project, come on board with us, let's do it. And when, like, Grover knocks it out of the park, I think. And we're gonna bring a lot behind this project to make something really, really cool. I mean, like, for these cities, for example, that's something we could really have a lot of fun with, making 1930s versions and changing buildings out and stuff. So we'll see, and obviously maybe shrinking the size of some of them. You know, just really that immersive level, that immersive nature of a track like this. It's just a really cool opportunity. I think this is the finish line right up here. Hopefully this video, this glimpse of what we're working on, a glimpse of the 1930s Targa Florio gets you excited. I know I am. Most of all, I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week.